It is recording.
Okay. Hey guys, so we're gonna start off with making the rattle. In the years past, we've done rattles with handles or rattles with like added features, and this can kind of be the handle. And we're starting off by making just the ball shape, and then we'll add the features later. So I'm gonna put these ones down for now. We're gonna start off by using about a half a chunk of clay because it looks small, but this becomes big. We're gonna give it a couple little pushes, make sure it's wedged, and then not too much. We don't want to take all the moisture out. We're going to divide it equally in half, and what we're going to do is we're going to make 2 pinch pots, and we're going to score and slip those together. So when we make our pinch pots, we're trying to keep our walls between 1/4 and 1/2 inch thick, so they're nice and symmetrical all the way around. And we're not trying to get perfect right now. It can still be lumpy. We don't want to do a lot of smoothing right now, because that'll take the moisture out. We need to keep it nice and wet for adding our features later. So there's 1 pinch pot, and here comes the next. So traditionally we start off with just like a round, like a sphere shape, but if you wanted the middle of your rattle to be more like an egg shape or a football shape, you could do it like this also. We just want to make sure that both of these match up pretty decently before we score and slip them together. So they're not perfect, but we're going to take this one and match it up with this one. And we're going to make sure it lines up decent enough. See how that's not a perfect lineup, but it's matching good enough. Can you see that? Yeah. So then I'm going to take this tool and I'm going to make a mark. We're not going to use this tool yet. This tool's for the very end. That mark's just going to show us how to put it back together after we score and slip. So Susie, would you mind grabbing me a water bottle so I could use that for slip, please?
Yes.
Thank you. We're going to do kind of a quick scoring, but it's going to work for you guys. You got to make sure it's nice and textured. You never want to score with a sharp edge because it's going to be like a really precise cut. You want to score with something more rougher, like the paper clip. Thank you. I'm going to put that right there for now. And I was just telling them they shouldn't be scoring with a blade because it's like a nice precise edge. This is like a more rough for scoring. This makes more texture. So the lazy man's scoring and slipping. We'll make some water right there. Or the lazy woman's. I'm going to dip that in. And our clay is nice and fresh and wet. So this is going to add the moisture. We're going to find those 2 lines, put them back on, and now see how it really doesn't look nice and beautiful? That's fine. It's not going to look beautiful yet. It's going to look beautiful later. Popsicle stick or a tool, and you're going to do like a crisscross, an X shape to seal this line. And I know most of you guys like to try to make your pinch pots all perfect from the beginning. Please refrain from doing that. Make them funky, and then all the perfection comes in later. So can you guys see how that's looking better already? So now's the time when you would be adding your ears or adding your tail or your eyes or whatever you want. This is gonna have to sit overnight, all bagged up. And then you're going to have to make a few balls and let these ones sit outside of the bag and dry overnight. So your balls will be about this big. I don't know if you can see that. Roll them, a little tiny ball. They can be smaller than that. And you want like a little handful of balls. So you'll make some balls on the first day and set them aside. Find like a little container to put them in so that they can dry out. And then we'll pretend like it's day 2. You have to figure out where you're going to cut your little hole to put your balls in. So now's when we're going to use our X-Acto blade. And you're going to cut it kind of like a pumpkin lid. And what I mean by a pumpkin lid is you're going to give it a nice harsh angle. So instead of putting your blade straight down, you're going to come in at an angle, cut like a little square. And then the reason we're cutting that angle is so that when you pop this out, first we'll make our little line so we know where it matches up. When you pop this out, it has that nice ledge so that it doesn't fall in. We'll make this a little bit bigger. You would pop your holes in, or your balls in. These should be dry when you're popping them in. And then you would score and slip this lid back on, just the way you pulled it off. And then after you score and slip that back on, you wouldn't want to dump it upside down because then those balls would stick to your slip. And then you have your balls in your rattle. Good?
Good.
Okay. Stop, please. Yay.